Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pets. So today what I got for you is tons of babies. So tons of babies in my Calceo tank. So the blue DragonBloods, the red calceos, they are just pumping out babies like crazy. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the crossbreeding project and this tank. So I absolutely love the red calceos, absolutely love the blue DragonBloods. They look amazing and their offspring is turning out pretty cool. So definitely excited to share this with you guys. So stay tuned, let's get to it. If this is your first time seeing this tank, this is my blue DragonBlood and red calceo tank. So the red calceos of course have those red stripes and then they've got that clear yellow flesh. So you can see in this video, I've got 3 red calceo females already berried again, ready to go. And then if you look, you can see that the females that aren't berried have saddles and are ready to be fertilized to make more babies. So these guys are just pumping out babies like crazy. They're doing amazing. So definitely excited for this tank. The blue DragonBloods are of course that blue color. They've got those dark blue stripes with the clear flesh and then that greenish bluish flesh to it. Both of these shrimp are absolutely gorgeous by themselves, but to have a tank with both of them combined together, the contrasting colors just makes this tank pop. And I absolutely love doing feedings like this to where you can see both colors, all the shrimp swarming. Now, if you look, there's tons of babies in here. And a lot of them are more of that kind of brownish red, almost like the black. So more of like that black calceo. And from these calceo shrimp, from the DragonBloods, there's 4 type of calceo shrimp. You've got your scorpions, your blue DragonBloods, red calceos, and then the black calceos. So we should get a combination of all of them in here. And then if you look in that bottom left corner, you can see there's a couple blue babies in there. So as of right now, I've got blue DragonBlood babies, I've got red calceo babies, and then what appears to be the black calceos. So as these guys get bigger, I'll really be able to see what their colors look like and what they're gonna turn out to be. So I didn't want this whole video to be just a feeding video, you know, where we just sit here, look at one screen the entire time. So I got some close-up shots of the babies. I was able to use my macro lens and get some close-up shots. It's just, if you've ever videotaped shrimp, it's not the easiest thing to videotape. They're definitely difficult to tape. They move around a lot, and especially when they're in a feeding frenzy like this. Now these guys are ravenous too. I had to put a feeding dish in here just to get a clear shot of them because they'll grab that pellet and they'll take it across the tank. And I won't be able to get any footage and you guys won't be able to see anything that's happening. I'm definitely excited to see that the feeding dish is working as planned and keeping them right up in front of that tank. These guys are definitely doing amazing, breeding like crazy. So let's go check out some of that macro footage, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and finish off the feeding. So this bigger guy is one of those black calceos I was talking about, and he's probably about 3 to 4 weeks old, or she. And then that other shrimp we saw was probably about a week old, a week to 2 weeks. They start off super tiny. Usually when they start bouncing around the tank like this, it's closer to that 2-week mark. I know for the first week, they kind of just hang out on the filter, really don't do much. But you can see with this shrimp, it's clear, and then it has some black stripes. So real basic. Doesn't have a lot of color, doesn't really have any colored in flesh. So this is what leads me to believe that this would be a black calceo. So as time goes on, as it matures, we'll kind of see what it turns out to be. Sometimes it can take a little bit to line up the perfect shot and you finally get it and bam, a big shrimp comes in, knocks the little guy out of place, and your perfect shot is gone. So that was a lot of what I was dealing with when trying to get footage of these guys. Was I would finally get the camera on one of them and they'd duck underneath the dish. I'd finally get the camera on them and they'd swim off out of focus. So there was a lot of struggle to get these guys into focus, get them on the camera. You can see this little red here starting to get some color, gonna be a nice gorgeous red calceo. The baby DragonBloods are such a deep blue color, they're easy to spot. You can see them from a mile away. These guys have become one of my absolute favorites. Even the babies look amazing, and I think a lot of that has to do with that light blue, baby blue flesh that they have. So they don't have clear flesh. They have this real light blue, almost greenish baby blue flesh, and then those dark blue stripes on top of that. It looks gorgeous. Like I said too, having the red calceos in this tank as well gives it that extra pop of color. So combining these two shrimp into one tank, it looks really cool. So you've got the deep blue and then you got that splash of color with the red, and I absolutely love this tank, and I'm gonna be separating them out eventually, but I may do just a pure straight calceo tank at some point. I may just do the blacks, the reds, and the blues together because I really like those contrasting colors. My coal tank is one of my absolute favorite tanks just because it has so many different shrimp in it. Once the shrimplets get a little bit bigger, once they get to that juvie size, what I'll do is I'll net them out and I'll put them in that breeder box like I've done in previous videos. That way you guys can get a better look at them. At the size they are now, I don't feel comfortable netting them up, transitioning them to the breeder box. Even though it's the same tank, I don't want to damage them by netting them. You can see if you look at that bottom left corner how small these guys are. They're super tiny, and to catch them in the net, it's not something I like to do with shrimp of this size. Once they get a little bit bigger, like that black calceo up front, that's not a bad size to start, you know, moving them around, putting them into a breeder box. Still a little bit young. I want them to get some more meat on their bones before I start messing with them too much. But once that time comes, what I'll do is go ahead and slap them in that breeder box. That way you guys can get some really good looks at them. I want to give a big shout out to all of you who watch my videos to the end. You guys are absolutely amazing. Definitely appreciate every single one of my subscribers and every single one of my members. If you want to become a member of the Poseidon's Pets Posse, feel free to hit the link on my page. Just $2 a month, and what that does is that allows me to continue to care for my shrimp, but also expand my shrimp room. It allows me to continue to create content for you guys, helps pay for equipment, all that fun stuff. So definitely appreciate all of you. Don't feel obligated by any means, but definitely thank you so much. So go ahead and enjoy my shrimp being shrimp, and I'll catch you at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That way you're notified of all my future videos. I absolutely love these red calceos and the blue DragonBloods, and their babies are adorable. So if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Bye, 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 bye.